Good morning everyone. Today we have a video demonstration on the topic the pectoral region. What is pectoral region? The anterolateral aspect of the chest wall is called as pectoral region. This region is the pectoral region. First of all, we will remove the skin, then we will see the superficial fascia and then deep fascia which contains the pectoral muscles. Now to remove the skin we have to give the incisions. The following incisions are being given to remove the skin. Incision number 1. Mark a point at the suprasternal notch and the xiphisternum. Then give a vertical incision joining the suprasternal notch and the xiphisternum. The second incision is along the length of the clavicle till the acromion process. The third incision is from the xiphisternum towards the nipple, then encircling the nipple, then moving towards the axilla and till the upper 1/3 of the arm, and then giving a horizontal incision on the upper 1/3 of the arm. And the fourth incision is from the xiphisternum given horizontally till the mid axillary line. These are the four incisions given to remove the skin of the pectoral region. Now after removing the skin, we have reflected the skin. We see the fat. Actually this fat is present in the superficial fascia. The superficial fascia of the pectoral region contains the cutaneous, blood vessels and nerves. It also contains the mammary gland, which is well developed in females and rudimentary in males. Then the deep fascia, this whole structure which encloses the muscles is the deep fascia. So we have removed the skin. We have given the incisions. The incisions should not be deep enough. Remember, the incisions should be superficial enough only to remove the skin. If we will give the deep incision, it will take away the structures along with. Now about the muscles of pectoral region. We will study the pectoralis major, pectoralis minor and subclavius muscle. The muscles which you are able to see here is the pectoralis major. This whole muscle is the pectoralis major. This is a fan shaped muscle. This is a fan shaped muscle having two heads. One is the clavicular head which originates from the medial 2/3 of the clavicle anterior surface. This is the clavicular head. This is the clavicular head. And second is this which originates from sternum and costal cartilages. That is the sternocostal head. The origin of the sternocostal head is from the lateral half of the anterior surface of sternum. You can see this hole is the sternum. The lateral half of the anterior surface of the sternum till the level of 6th costal cartilage gives origin to the sternocostal head. And third is, here we have the external oblique muscle, the muscle of abdomen. The external oblique aponeurosis also give origin to the pectoralis major muscle. Now the muscle is fan shaped muscle. It goes and inserts into the humerus, into the bicipital groove. We have the lateral lip of the bicipital groove. The muscle inserts into the lateral lip of the bicipital groove. The clavicular head forms the anterior lamina, whereas the rest of the fibers they form the posterior lamina of the pectoralis major muscle, and it forms the anterior fold of axilla. Now the actions of the pectoralis major muscle, as it is originating from the medial side and inserting onto the lateral aspect onto the bicipital groove, it produces the adduction of the arm. It produces the adduction of the arm, the medial rotation of the arm, the flexion of the arm, as well as extension of the flexed arm helps in climbing. So these all are the actions of the pectoralis major. So the origin is from the clavicle, from the sternum and from the costal cartilages. Up to the 6th costal cartilages, the muscle inserts into the bicipital groove of the humerus. Now we have dissected the pectoralis major muscle from its origin, and it is reflected towards the insertion, towards the lateral aspect to expose the underlying structures. We can see this muscle. This muscle is pectoralis minor muscle. It is small muscle which lies deep to the pectoralis major. It originates from third, fourth and fifth rib. Third, fourth and fifth rib near the costochondral junction gives origin to the pectoralis minor muscle. The muscle moves upwards and laterally and inserts onto the coracoid process of scapula. Onto the coracoid process of scapula. The muscle moves upwards and laterally and inserts onto the coracoid process of scapula. More precisely onto the medial border and to the upper surface of scapula. This is the origin and this is the insertion of the muscle. The origin remains fixed. Now what are the actions? The actions of pectoralis minor are when it contracts, it draws the scapula forwards. It draws the scapula forwards. It also helps in forced inspiration. This is pectoralis major, this is also pectoralis major, and underneath we have the pectoralis minor muscles. This is of the right side and this is of the left side. Now the subclavius muscle. This is clavicle. This bone is the clavicle, and below the clavicle we have a very small muscle. This muscle is called as subclavius. This muscle is called as subclavius. It is a small rounded muscle that runs horizontally between the clavicle and the first rib. The origin of the subclavius muscle is from the first rib at the costochondral junction. Then the muscle is inserted onto the subclavian groove. The muscle is inserted onto the subclavian groove. It is supplied by nerve to subclavius. Now the actions of the subclavius muscle: when the shoulder moves, it steadies the clavicle during the movement of the shoulder. The main action of the subclavius muscle is to steady the clavicle during the movements of shoulder. Now about the medial and lateral pectoral nerves. The nerve which pierces the pectoralis minor. You can see this nerve. It pierces the pectoralis minor and supplies the pectoralis major from the undersurface, from the underneath. This nerve is the medial pectoral nerve. The important feature is it pierces the pectoralis minor muscle and supplies the pectoralis minor as well as pectoralis major from the undersurface. You can see this nerve. This is lateral pectoral nerve. Lateral pectoral nerve also gives branches to the pectoralis minor and also gives branches to the pectoralis major. This nerve is the lateral pectoral nerve. It lies on the upper border of the pectoralis minor muscle on the lateral aspect. Now about the deltopectoral groove. It is a groove between the deltoid muscle and the pectoralis major muscle, which contains the structures: cephalic vein, acromiothoracic artery and the lateral pectoral nerve. This structure is the cephalic vein. This structure is cephalic vein. The structure lying close to this is thoracoacromial artery. This is thoracoacromial artery, and this small structure, this is the lateral pectoral nerve. And we have lymphatics along with this. So the structures which are running in the deltopectoral groove and piercing the clavipectoral fascia are CALL: cephalic vein, acromiothoracic artery, lateral pectoral nerve and the lymphatics.